Breezy is about to put out his new album, but the first topic I want to talk about when it comes to Chris Brown, an ex-football player, what is his name? I'm looking dead at his face and I can't even think of it. Ryan Clark, that used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He said that Chris Brown, I think it's Ryan Clark. I hope I got the name right, y'all. If it's not, I'm sorry. But I think it's Ryan Clark. He said that Chris Brown is more talented than Michael Jackson. Now, you know when anybody is compared to Michael Jackson, motherfuckers gonna bring the pitchforks out and they gonna fight for who they believe in. The same way that motherfuckers, when people try to compare Jordan and LeBron or Jordan and Kobe and LeBron, all that shit, motherfuckers root for who they root for and they'll die on that hill of who they want to back and shit like that. So when he said that, a lot of people will disagree with what he said, but me being objective, like I want to be objective. I want y'all to know me for being objective, even though if I got biases, I can't be objective. I do believe that Chris Brown is more talented than Michael Jackson. Now, let me give you the reasons why I feel like that. He didn't say Chris Brown made better music than Michael Jackson. He didn't say Chris Brown danced better than Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say Chris Brown can sing better than Michael Jackson. He said Chris Brown is more talented than Michael Jackson. And when you think about what that encompasses in the whole totality, Chris Brown is more talented than Michael Jackson. Chris Brown can sing. He can dance. He can produce. He's a fucking artist, a graffiti artist. The list goes on and on. Designers. He can fucking play basketball. It ain't nothing Chris Brown that he really can't do. Now, Michael Jackson is the GOAT of all GOATs. He was my first artist that I fell in love with, like, period, in any genre. Michael Jackson is the GOAT. He will forever be the GOAT. But when it comes to being more talented, Chris Brown is more talented when it comes to Michael Jackson. All we know Michael Jackson for is having hit after hit and the fucking undeniable moonwalk. You know what I'm saying? Making people faint in the crowds. But Chris Brown also has that. Motherfuckers done fainted because of Chris Brown at his concerts. It's not a one-to-one, but when you think about it overall, when it's overarching, Chris Brown is more talented than Michael Jackson, to me, in my eyes. Now, you can disagree, and that's okay for us to disagree, but to me, Chris Brown is more talented to Michael Jackson. I won't say he's a better singer than Michael Jackson. And I think when people discuss these kind of topics and issues, I feel like a lot of people only look at the surface level stuff. They don't get real minute and detailed and get down to the nitty gritty of what actually is going on. I feel like people look at the surface level and they look at Chris Brown and Michael Jackson and they be like, he doesn't add up to Michael Jackson. And I can see people's thinking when it comes to that, but when you actually look at that and take your biases away, I know a lot of people feel like it's blasphemy to say somebody is better than Michael Jackson. I know people think it's blasphemy to say somebody is better than Michael Jordan, but they're never going to be the end all be all, the greatest of all time. That's never going to happen because it's always going to be this thing called evolution. When it comes to basketball, sports, football, you're going to always have people that was great, and you're going to have people that was greater after them. You're going to have the people that's greater after them. It's called evolution. It's always going to keep going. It's not going to plateau. It's not just going to be Michael Jordan and nobody ever can ever be better than Michael Jordan. It's never going to be like that. It's just not, bro. When you actually look at what it really is, bro, people are always going to be better because, one, they have the advantage of seeing who came before them and taking little bits and pieces of their greatness, adding that to their repertoire and putting their own little twist on that and moving the culture forward. That's the same way when you talk about a Michael Jordan, he got to see Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and all these other people that was before him where they actually played in his era. But, you know, like the Iceman, George Gervins and shit like that, Wilt Chamberlain and stuff, he got to see all those people that came before him take the bits and pieces that he want, add it to his game, and now you have your Ernest MJ. You know what I'm saying? Then the person that came after MJ was Kobe. People say Kobe was a carbon copy of MJ. I won't say that to an extent like that because Kobe is Kobe, but you can see some of the similarities of the stuff that he did emulate of Michael Jordan, and that's okay because greats imitate greats. It's the quote, and I ain't gonna be able to quote it perfectly, but I think Steve Jobs said that great artists steal. I can't remember how it really go, but yeah, I can't think of it off the top of my head, and if I find it, I'll try to put it in. But he's saying great artists steal from other great artists, you know what I'm saying? And that's what happens. You take the little bits and pieces of the people that you see, and you integrate that shit into your stuff, and that's how you become a great and be looked at on the same level. Now, if you want to look at it unbiased and keep it 1,000, the only thing that really fucked up Chris Brown's trajectory, we all know, was the Rihanna incident. If it wasn't for Rihanna and that incident, Chris Brown might be the biggest artist of our generation.